This is Disney Cars Toy Club, and today we have a very special Spider-Man video for you guys. We're going to be opening up this brand new Kidrobot Marvel Munnyworld Spider-Man Create Your Own Superhero. That's going to be a lot of fun. We also have a Marvel Munnyworld Micro Mystery Box to open up, and we have two Marvel Mystery Mini Vinyl Bobbleheads, which that's made by Funko Pop. And finally, we have a Venom surprise egg. Now we're going to start the video off by opening up the first of the two Marvel Mystery Mini packs. We haven't opened a lot of these on the channel yet, but I'm still trying to get one of the two Deadpools. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. We'll see what comes popping out. Of course, this Spider-Man and the Green Goblin that's sitting back there, those both came out of this box. And for the first one, we got a black bag. So let's see what's in the black bag. This one feels pretty light. And we got Galactus. So here is our Galactus with his head on crooked. Now for those of you that play video games, Galactus was actually the final boss in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is a really fun fighting game. And here's kind of just a quick comparison of the two bobbleheads. And as you can see, Galactus's head is kind of sitting pretty high on that spring, and you can't really push it down too much, so he's just kind of floating up there. He actually doesn't even look like a bad guy with that type of expression on his face. We'll go ahead and set him down next to our Spider-Man. Next, let's go ahead and open this Marvel Munnyworld Micro Do-It-Yourself character. Now, these you actually have to put together. It's a little bit different than any of the other mystery boxes that we've opened so far on the channel. These are pretty new too. These, I think they came out this year. Is there a date on here? Well, these say 2013. There is a series 2 of these that came out a couple months ago, and this is made by Kidrobot. As you can see, the price tag right there, $7.99. I picked these up from the mall, but you can buy these on the eBay or Amazon. And let's see if we can get this thing open. See who we get out of here. It's got the classic foil Kidrobot package, similar to the Ninja Turtles that we've been doing lately. And it looks like, I guess that's supposed to be Spider-Man. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell who that is. And from looking, it's actually, this is Iron Man, so I couldn't tell which superhero it was, but right there, there's Iron Man's plate for the front of his chest, so that's got to be Iron Man. And there's kind of Tony Stark's face right there. There's the Iron Man face. So let's see what this thing will do. We're going to take the first piece off of here. Now this is actually kind of like it's not even really a sticker, it's more like a foam sticker. It's pretty thick. So we're gonna put his face on first. Hopefully I can put it on there straight. And of course I didn't put it on there straight, so let me straighten it out. And I still didn't do that great of a job. But there's his face. Now let's see here. This is going to be, again, his chest plate. Let's go ahead and put his chest plate on, and then maybe you guys will actually recognize him as Iron Man once we get this on there. So now he's actually starting to look a little bit like something. And then let's see, what do we got here next? Let's take a look at the picture here. And now that I look at the picture, I'm actually doing it wrong, because right here in the corner you can see Tony Stark's face, and then right above it is the Iron Man helmet. So I'm gonna have to peel it off and put it on there again. Hopefully this thing's gonna remain sticky. So there's his face, and then his head plate, face plate, just kind of goes over top here. So it looks like a couple of these pieces are going to go down here on his leg, and a couple pieces are going to go up there on his arm, and I'm assuming these are going to be his arm. Alright, so there's that. Now, let's see what we got over here. So this is obviously going to be the little briefcase that he's carrying around. We're going to put one side right here. Hopefully it's not upside down. Of course, knowing me, I probably put it on there upside down. And of course I put it on there crooked too. And the good thing about these stickers is if you mess up and you need to peel it off and put it back on, they will keep sticking, it seems like, so they don't like lose their stickiness. Now you also get these other stickers that you can kind of just, it looks like these you just mix and match. Like you can take these off and we're gonna put this one on instead. We'll see what it looks like with this on. So again, you can kind of make these however you want them to look. This one says insert batteries here, so we're gonna put that right there on the back of them. And he kind of needs something for the back of his head too. Maybe we'll put this sticker that says "What's up?" We'll put that on the back of his head. So now he's kind of like a robot. And for this final sticker, this is going to be a chain that looks like it's supposed to go on his briefcase or whatever this box is supposed to be. We're going to put the box in his hand, and then maybe we will just kind of link it like this. So now he's got his little box is chained to his arm, and there's what he looks like. And we used all of the stickers except for this one right here. This one, you know, I'm not sure what that one's supposed to be. Maybe we'll take this off of his back. We'll put this right here. Give him some armor on his back. So there we go. And maybe we'll just put this one on the top of his head. The very top. So now he can have some batteries on the top of his head. So there he is. There's our do-it-yourself Iron Man character. So that was kind of fun. We'll go ahead and set him down. And now this Spider-Man that's back here, he's going to be kind of like a larger version of what we just did. But before we get to the Spider-Man, let's go ahead and open up the other Marvel mystery box. And these are made by Funko Pops, so the do-it-yourself characters are made by Kidrobot. And those two companies, they make a lot of the same types of toys, and they also design their toys a lot alike too. So this one feels a little bit heavier than that last one, than Galactus. Let's see who we got. This one's definitely going to be a lot bigger. Who is this? Alright, so it looks like we got Thor. You know, I should have known that from looking at the wings, but I didn't want to say Thor and then be wrong. But here is our Thor that came out of there. It's the first one of those that we've gotten. And I didn't show you guys the odds of these characters. The Galactus was a 2 in 24, and Thor is also a 2 in 24. So these are pretty common characters that we got. That one's actually pretty cool. Now he's going to be one of the ones that his head doesn't bobble real easily. Of course, you can kind of stretch it out just a little bit and it'll make it bobble a little bit more, but his head is so heavy and he's got this hair that's kind of running along that's going to prevent it from bobbling like the other characters. But he's a really cool little micro character. And his helmet's really shiny. And you can kind of see where the paint ran over onto his forehead a little bit, but other than that, he looks pretty good. So the moment that most of you guys have probably been waiting for, we're going to open up this Marvel Spider-Man. Now on the back of this box, it says you can draw on these, you can paint them, you can use pencils, pens, markers, or you can turn it into Spider-Man with the stickers and the accessories, which is what we're about to do. But again, you can design these however you want. So you can make some pretty neat custom characters, and right here you can see it's that same exact Iron Man, but it's going to be a much bigger version of him when you buy this bigger set. Now right here on the top of the box you can see I paid $10 for it. I got this from a local comic book store, and anytime I say that, everybody kind of gets a little upset because a lot of you guys don't have a local comic book store that you can just run down to and pick something like this up. But you should be able to find it on eBay or Amazon even if you don't have a comic book store. And here's the first part that I'm going to show you, and I forget the name of this type of a sticker, but it's not like the little cheap stickers that you would get out of a gumball machine. These actually are thick and they have like some texture to them. Right here's going to be the other side. Looks like you can give Spider-Man some glasses. He's got an MJ tattoo, a camera, a tie, a money symbol, which is kind of interesting, and then he's got his standard little Spider-Man symbols. Let's go ahead and take this out. Now, if you're a collector, just to let you guys know, if you're planning to buy one of these to take them out of the box and look at them, I had a kind of a tough time getting him out of this plastic. So once you take him out of the plastic, you're probably not going to be able to get him back in there the same way that it looked when it was brand new. But here he is. I don't know why he's got a little tail and these big ears, but this is our Spider-Man. He's actually almost the same size as our Venom over there. He's about as tall as our Venom egg. And he also has these spider webs, which can go in his hand, hopefully. There we go. So you can have these spider webs, and we're going to leave that off for right now. Let's go ahead and start with the decorating. And for me, I'm going to put this spider symbol on the front. Hopefully I can take it out without ripping it. So here's our first attachment. And on the back, we're going to put this other one right here. So he's more of an authentic Spider-Man. Now for the front, we have to decide which one we're going to do. I'm going to do just his standard spider eyes, I think. So we're going to put the first one on. And this is probably going to be the hardest part, just getting these straightened. So after a couple attempts, here is the eyes. And if you're going to do this at home, just kind of a little tip that I noticed as I was putting it on the final time, you can actually try to even these out right here to where it's just kind of a straight line going across. And that way you can hopefully straighten the eyes out. Now let's see what else we got. So we have to decide between a camera, a tie, or the dollar sign. Let's put his pink tie on. Let's see what he looks like with a pink tie. So there he is with his Spider-Man symbol beneath a pink tie, pink polka dot tie at that. And let's put his MJ tattoo somewhere. Let's put that maybe on his arm. We'll put that right there. So now he's got his MJ tattoo. Now if you're trying to put this sticker on around his legs like it's supposed to go, you kind of have to pull on it a little bit to stretch it, because it doesn't quite reach on its own. So like as you can see right here, this is kind of what it looks like before you stretch it. So we're going to stretch it to make it get all the way across. So there he is with his blue spandex on. Now for this piece, I believe it's supposed to go right under his arm like that, and then it's going to go across the back. So I'm going to have to take this piece off. And it looks like I ripped a piece of it, but that's okay. And it should hopefully, you have to kind of stretch this a little bit to get it to work. And I'm afraid I'm going to stretch it too hard and it's going to break. Now if you're wondering why I put it like that, if you look at the box, you can kind of see that it's right there. So that's kind of the way that it looks on the box. And one thing I noticed about a big difference between mine and what's on the box, his eyes seem like they're a lot lower than where I put them. So let's move his eyes down. We'll see if it looks any different with them down here. Alright, so as you can see, it's not a perfect straight line right there, but that looks pretty decent like that. So here is our Spider-Man, and I think we're out of stickers for the most part. There's a couple more in there. We got this green one right here. In fact, since we have the green one, I'm wondering, maybe I'll rip this one off. We'll just get rid of this one altogether since I already broke it anyways. And we're gonna put the green one right there. So there he is with the green on his back. That's a pretty cool neon green. That might have actually looked pretty good right there. And the only other things that we have here, there's the camera and the dollar sign. And maybe for the dollar sign, we'll make that his arm tattoo. We'll put that right there. Because you know, Spider-Man's all about the money. So there he is with his dollar sign tattoo instead of a necklace. And for some reason, there's like a broken piece inside of him. You can kind of hear it rattling around a little bit. Let's go ahead and put his spider webs in his hand. Now, if you guys are wondering why I did a Venom egg instead of a Spider-Man egg, is because I was looking at this picture right here and I thought it looked pretty neat. And there was also a picture of the Venom right here with his tongue hanging out. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a Venom with his tongue hanging out. And I think we already did a Spider-Man egg. I know we did something close to it. We did a Deadpool egg that looks a lot like Spider-Man. So I didn't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. But there's our Spider-Man. We'll go ahead and move him back to the back. So here's our Venom egg, and he's got his, that tongue looks really cool, just kind of hanging out like that. Let's see if we can get him to lick Iron Man. Okay, so there's Venom licking Iron Man. We'll go ahead and take his tongue off first. Let's take his little spiked teeth off. Hopefully I don't ruin my black Play-Doh too much. That's not too bad. And let's go ahead and take the black Play-Doh off. We'll see what's inside of here. We got something neat inside, I'm sure. And here it is. We have the Marvel Nitro Mites. So these are going to be little Marvel bikes. And I haven't opened any of these yet. So this is going to be the first one that I've opened. And let's see what we get. Looks like Falcon maybe. Is that Falcon? Okay, Angel, excuse me. It's got an X-Men symbol, so it says Angel. I saw that giant wing right there and I just assumed that was going to be Falcon, but it's actually, it says right there, Angel. And it's got the X-Men logo. And let's see what else was in there. Alright, so these you rev them up and then you let them fly and they perform stunts. And as you can see, there is a ton of bikes to collect. And these are actually pretty cheap. I think I only paid like $1 for this or something, but let's see how much these will rev. Alright, so you have to kind of rev it up a little bit and then you just drop it and it'll really scoot around. Let's do that a couple more times. This is actually kind of fun. I really like messing with these little bikes. And let's see what happens if we'll let's try putting it in the egg. Let's see what it'll do in there. So you can actually make these kind of do jumps and ramps, and that one didn't go too well. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can make them jump out of the egg. He did like a little backflip. Let's try it again. There he goes. So you can do all sorts of neat little stuff with these things, and it's just the back wheel that's motorized, and you can do it in either direction, so it'll go backwards too. And he knocked our Spider-Man down. But if you look back here, if you notice on this Spider-Man, he's got these green eyebrows and this funny looking face. You can actually take the leftover part of this sticker set and you can kind of make little designs. You can cut stars or shapes or whatever you want. And again, you can design this however you like. And you can also color on it and paint it. So you can do all sorts of neat stuff with that. Now, if you guys want to see more of the do-it-yourself Marvel characters, be sure to comment and let us know, and we'll be happy to do that for you. This is Disney Cars Toy Club, and as always, thanks for stopping by.